All right, guys, we are live, and what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 and Kitty of the Man, if you want to put it that way as well, because he's just chilling in my bedroom. But we are live for a brief preview and predictions for the upcoming debut and pay per view for NXT UK this Saturday. NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, which is going to take place from Blackpool, England, of course. This pay per view, I know a lot of fans aren't really that interested in, and I can understand why. NXT UK, so far has been fun. I've enjoyed watching the shows. But it's really been the first series that I've, sat down and watched from beginning to end. Like 205 Live, I couldn't get into it at first because again, it was just boring. NXT UK, does display some good talents that I can definitely get behind, and that's why I've wanted to stick with it. It's been a little tough since episode 3, I think it was. That week they started showing 2 episodes because they were behind on the tapings from the summer one, so they were just catching up. And after this week, I really feel afterwards they should have there should be what was I going to say? It should only be just back to 1 episode a week. But the problem is also, as it keeps saying, there's just so much content now with WWE. We got Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT UK, 205 Live, NXT. And if there's other people around the world who like to watch, New Japan or Impact or Ring of Honor or recently just announced AEW also. That's 9 promotions right there, guys. 9 promotions. I'm sure there may be a few more here and there. Even my cat can't watch them all either, but he's just chilling in my bedroom. That's why I keep showing him in the screen just for the heck of it. But yeah, so I can understand why people aren't really can't really get into NXT UK Blackpool, because again, there's just too many promotions going on right now, and it's kind of like everyone's like back seat. Me again, I definitely think it's an interesting show, but I feel like if the NXT UK brand really wants to to gain more attention, I feel this show really has to, it really has to adapt and really, catch the eyes of people who are going to check it out this Saturday. Of course, from where I'm at, it's going to take place live on the W Network at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but I'm not going to be able to catch it until evening. So I'll leave it as my evening activity on Saturday, and I'll be getting some Buffalo Wild Wings I usually get whenever I watch a pay-per-view by myself, because can't pass up some B-dubs. But yeah, so the card though for NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool has 5 matches, and almost just about all of them I predicted that I feel should happen. I was a little off with the UK tag title finals match. Of course, also, I kind of, had a little more stipulations for the Dave Mastiff and Eddie Dennis match also, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to go in the same direction as I'm seeing happen. So let's get into this card. We don't have anybody in the live chat at the moment, which is fine. But let's get into this card, and I'll just give you my preview predictions. And if Grayford knew anything about wrestling also, I'm sure he want to take part also, and he's just looking himself right now. So again, just had to show him off because he's a good kitty. Anyways, but let's get into this preview and predictions for NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. So the first match I'm going to predict what's going to happen is Travis Banks and Jordan Devlin. I feel, I predicted this match before the feud happened. This feud with, Jordan Devlin, who's been getting, has been on a roll with NXT UK. He's been picking up victories. The only loss he really suffered was against Pete Dunne in the great physical UK title match he had with him about a month ago, which I thought really, set Jordan Devlin higher up on a totem pole. And Travis Banks, who already had a story behind him, he came up short in this past summer's UK championship tournament when he lost to Zach Gibson, but also he had the history of the injuries and whatnot, and with being victim of Gallus and whatnot. Well, before Gallus was fully formed, this is when just the Coffee brothers were just attacking. Just attacking right before Wolfgang joined them to make them a 3-person stable. But I feel like Travis Banks has that underdog story behind him. He's someone that I feel people are already able to get behind. And Jordan Devlin, has already established himself as one of the top heels on NXT UK for sure. Definitely being the Irish ace, and feel that he represents his country well. Where Travis Banks, he feels, does not represent New Zealand that well. So he's been kind of playing the mind games, getting to Travis Banks' head, wanting to make a name off of him. So Travis Banks is going to look to retaliate. And honestly, again, I love Jordan Devlin, but at this point, I feel like, he is at a point, right now already in NXT UK where, when it comes to feuds, he probably could take a loss here and there, I feel. And also, if he's not going to be in contention for the UK title anytime soon, which I don't think he is, because I'm going to, of course, explain again, as I said, how many times my UK reviews of who I do think should be, the next number one contender, and then the person that to dethrone Pete Dunne, I feel, based off the story. We'll get to that shortly. But as I keep saying too, if Jordan Devlin's not going to be doing much, not going to be, getting, the big heights in NXT UK right now, or the point where start putting people over, but still be winning matches. Again, give us some time on 205 Live. I definitely think he could, be a good addition to them, as well as they are scouting the world looking for some of the next best great cruiserweights. So I feel like some people from NXT UK can definitely get some time on 205 Live also as well, just give them something else to do. So I think that's why I think Travis Banks is going to get the win here, because I feel like he could use the win more than Jordan. Jordan will be fine with the loss here, but I think it'll be a solid opening match between these two. And get their momentum going, continuing to roll as well. Again, Jordan Devlin has good momentum going right now. Travis Banks, I feel again, he did start off right away with NXT UK tapings first started because of his injury. Who's selling that, but I feel like to keep his little scrappy underdog Kiwi buzzsaw gimmick, get more momentum. I think he should get the victory here over Jordan Devlin. So that's the match thing that's going to open up the show. The second match is going to be for the NXT UK Tag Team Championship Finals. It will be Mustache Mountains, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven taking on, I forgot what they're called, their team now, but it's something like the Groom Grizzlies. I can't remember what someone started that they're calling their team name. But it's a team of James Drake and Zach Gibson. And always, if you hate Gibson, step up, or shoes off, wherever I can say it is. Again, I just don't quite understand why people hate Zach Gibson so much. I heard because he's from Liverpool. I'm not too sure, but he's a good heat magnet, it seems, for sure. And I definitely think he has potential to definitely be a top heel in the UK brand, or even in WWE in general, if he ever does go up to the main roster. Who knows? I mean, this is kind of obvious at this point. I mean, I thought it'd be a little more interesting if they would have had Mustache Mountain and Gallus in the finals, as they're feuding right now. But then again, if they put them in the finals, I'm pretty sure that the feud with Gallus and Mustache Mountain is going to continue after this pay-per-view. I mean, we will have we have the championship match that involves a member from Gallus for the UK title, which that, of course, go one way, I feel. Well, honestly, I feel like at some point, though, Gallus is going to win the UK tag titles, because they've been built up really strong right now. I mean, they also even just beat British Strong Style in the 6-man tag main event yesterday, which was a pretty good match. But again, as I keep saying, if you put those guys in a 6-man tag match on pay-per-view, it would be an awesome match. I definitely can guarantee that for sure. But we got James Drake and Zach Gibson, which feels like like a wild card, heel tag team right now. They're good, but it's like I feel it's just giving Zach Gibson something else to do whenever he's not really involved with the UK title picture, in my opinion. So I mean, it's an all right stable. I feel like it's not like the most it's not a stable that I really think it could win the tag titles right now. As I really think they're going to give it to Mustache Mountain, because they're probably going to win the tag titles, because they're obviously the biggest names right now with the UK division, and to put over Gallus, or even like I keep putting them over. Also, they also want to keep the titles and put them on like Fabian Eichner and Marcel Barthel, European Union, which again, I'm really digging that tag team. They're getting time on NXT UK, and last night they even had a match on NXT as well. Whichever brand they're going on, I think that team definitely also has a ton of potential, and I do look forward to seeing where the European Union does go. But I think we will be seeing Mustache Mountain win the first ever NXT UK tag titles in the finals over Gibson and Drake. So that's my pick for that match. Match number 3 was a match I kind of predicted, because they already kind of started the feud, but I thought this was going to continue. Dave Mastiff taking on Eddie Dennis in a no disqualification match. Now, of course, again, the one person I've really gotten interested in, I really think, and that's why I really think he's going to be the one to eventually dethrone Pete Dunne of the UK title, who just reached 600 days today, I think I heard. But the one man that I really think that I'm feeling is going to dethrone Pete Dunne is Eddie Dennis. And here's why. So again, like the vignettes we had for Eddie Dennis before he debuted on NXT UK was that he was, he dreamed of being a wrestler. He was good friends growing up with Pete Dunne and Mark Andrews. But both of them went on to achieve their dream of being a wrestler. Eddie Dennis did not. He went back to being like a headmaster working at education, but now he's pretty much ready to try breeze right through the rest of the UK division, and he wants to be on top and prove that he is the biggest monster in NXT UK. Of course, he pretty much tried to first person he really, besides again having a squash match, first person he actually went after pretty much for a feud, of course, with Dave Mastiff. They had a pretty good match on NXT UK a few weeks ago, but Dave Mastiff won the match. Being able to be like the Braun Strowman of NXT UK right now, pretty much Dave Mastiff is. Of course, though, that wasn't it for Eddie Dennis, as he wants to get prove again that he's like the biggest monsters. Mastiff may be like 50 pounds heavier than him, but they're both like pretty tall guys. Like Eddie Dennis is like 6'5", 6'6", I think it is. They had another match. But it ended in a no contest, or sorry, a no disqualification, because it was a double disqualification because of the referee got hit during a match. They came to brawl. That's when they made a no DQ match, which I think in my card predictions, I mentioned that this should also be like a #1 contenders match for UK Championship. I feel either way though, whoever wins this match will be the next #1 contender for the UK Championship. As I think, it's no doubt about it that Eddie Dennis is going to win this match, as I feel he should, to prove that he is, the bigger monster, and this will be his ticket to get into Pete Dunne. And I feel maybe if they do another UK takeover before what's it called, WrestleMania this year, I think that could be when we see Pete Dunne dethroned of the UK Championship in a UK title match with Pete Dunne. Well, Pete Dunne and Eddie Dennis then. So Eddie Dennis will win this no disqualification match, and he will go on again eventually at the next UK takeover. If that happens, of course, which I'm hoping it does, I think Eddie Dennis will be the one to dethrone Pete Dunne for the NXT, actually, I got so used to this. Even though everything's like NXT UK this, NXT UK that, the main title is still the WWE United Kingdom Championship. Like I'm still trying to get that, remind myself of that. But yeah, so Eddie Dennis will win the no disqualification match against Dave Mastiff, or sorry, Bomber Dave Mastiff. The fourth match we're going to get is a rematch from the finals from the NXT UK Women's Championship tournament. Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm. Now, again, I love Toni Storm. Obviously, again, I became an even bigger fan of Toni Storm after her match with Meiko Satomura in the Mae Young Classic. And honestly, she can win this match. Like there could be a chance she win this match. And also with the recent issues she's dealt with recently with the latest have nudes of her leaked on the internet, which caused her to delete her Twitter, her Instagram. If she has a personal Facebook account, which I have no clue, probably that also. But again, I definitely think it was great. Also, everyone has got the "We Support Tony" tweets trending on Twitter also as well. And honestly, again, I won't be upset if she wins this match. But personally, I feel, with Rhea Ripley being the first UK Women's Champion, give her a little bit more of a longer run with that title, I feel. So I really think Rhea is going to be the one to win this, to retain the title. I mean, again, if it's Toni Storm, awesome. I have no problem with that at all whatsoever. But what I want to see happen, I want to see Rhea Ripley have a, decent title reign with this. But the person who I would like to see dethrone Rhea Ripley, and I'm not sure if they will put this person in NXT UK. I mean, they're putting Deonna Purrazzo in there now also, which I was surprised because she's from New Jersey. But the one person I really think should be the one to dethrone Rhea Ripley is Tegan Nox, because of what happened in the Mae Young Classic. I think she should be the one to dethrone Rhea Ripley. But again, if it's Toni Storm, I'm completely cool with that. But to me, it's like, okay, if Toni Storm is not winning the UK Women's title right now, it's not going to harm her big time. She's still a big name in here. But I feel to keep building up Rhea Ripley as a bigger star also, I feel she should have like a little bit of a longer run with that UK Women's title. And eventually be dethroned by Tegan Nox. That's my prediction, I think, should happen with the UK Women's title. But again, if it's Toni Storm, God bless you. I have no problem at all with Toni Storm getting wrong with that title. But I want to still say Rhea Ripley will retain. We got some people in a lot of chat. No, we did not. I had 3 watch, but nobody's in a lot of chat, which is completely fine. So Rhea Ripley's going to retain there. And then finally, we got our main event, Pete Dunne taking on Joe Coffey for the WWE United Kingdom Championship. I think this could be a pretty good match. Joe Coffey, of course, called himself the Iron King, the leader of Gallus. And obviously, someone in that stable was going to get the UK title at some point, and you had to get them on this card in some ways for sure. If they were going to have Gallus going to have to win the tag titles, which again I still think is going to happen. But again, I'm still sticking with what I said before. I do think this could be a pretty good match, maybe match of the night. I feel maybe. But personally, I still feel that Eddie Dennis is going to be the one to eventually dethrone Pete Dunne, and I think Pete Dunne will defeat Joe Coffey. Now, of course, the win over British Strong Style with having Joe Coffey pinning Tyler Bate was a good move there to give him some momentum going forward. But I think Joe Coffey will just come up short this match, and Pete Dunne will retain. And again, maybe like if they have another UK takeover around WrestleMania, that's when I feel Eddie Dennis will be the one to dethrone Pete Dunne for the United Kingdom Championship. Because again, it's not like they're building up. It's not like they're building up. Like Eddie Dennis to be undefeated. He's already suffered his first loss, which makes me feel that Eddie Dennis will defeat Dave Mastiff in the match at TakeOver on Saturday. But I think Pete Dunne will retain. So to read my predictions one more time to you guys. Again, I think Travis Banks will defeat Jordan Devlin. Mustache Mountain will win the first ever UK Tag Team Championships. Eddie Dennis will defeat Dave Mastiff in a no DQ match. Rhea Ripley will defeat Toni Storm in a UK Women's Championship match. And Pete Dunne will retain over Joe Coffey in the UK title match. Or I'm sorry, I should have said that in a British accent. The UK title match, pretty much, if that works at all whatsoever. Let me see here. What's going on, Mark? Thank you for joining us. Who do you think will be the first UK wrestler to come to the main roster? I mean, obviously Pete Dunne. I feel the moment Pete Dunne drops that UK title, he should go to the main roster. I feel he's ready. He's beyond ready for sure to go to the main roster. But I kept throwing hints also that I feel Jordan Devlin should also be someone to get some time on 205 Live. I feel like again, I said before, the story of how Drake Maverick is scouting the globe, trying to find more people to expand the roster 205 Live. I definitely feel that Jordan Devlin should one of those. I would say either Pete Dunne or Jordan Devlin. I will say be the first one to go on the main roster. Even if 205 is not considered main roster, it's still main roster in some ways. So that's why I would say for that. But yeah. So like I said before, guys. Well, I can show off my cat again, but he's behind some of my clothes right there. He's been just chilling here with me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Grafer's gonna want to check out NXT UK as well on Saturday night with me, maybe. Maybe I'll do some live reactions. Maybe. I mean, I know I'm gonna be catching it at night. I'm not gonna catch it when it first comes on at 2:00. But again, like I said before, NXT UK has been off to a pretty good start so far. I've enjoyed it, but again, it's with how much content there is right now. It's still kind of like on the back burner for some people, and not everybody's really checking it out that much. I feel like if NXT UK really wants to gain some attention, they really have to capitalize with this takeover on Saturday. And I think they can do it. I mean, they have a solid card. I feel from the top to bottom. I mean, if you've been following along, you'll get most of the storylines. I feel most of them have a pretty good story behind them. Again, with Travis Banks and Jordan Devlin, just feel he represents his country better than Travis Banks. Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm, it's a rematch. But Toni Storm got to choose the challenge the champion for her choice, but also the fact that Toni Storm has never defeated Rhea Ripley. Also, the tag title picture, of course, the finals of that tournament there. Dave Mastiff and Eddie Dennis have unfinished business, proving who's the better monster to each other, pretty much. And of course, Joe Coffey and Pete Dunne, it's just kind of like a match representing the whole feud with a British Strong Style, and Gallus want to be the best in the UK division, making it their kingdom. And I still gotta say that's the theme music for Gallus is complete badass. I love it. But yeah, thank you, Mark, for joining me in the live chat, and of course, thank you to my kitty also for sitting here live. Also, thank you, Grafer, even though you're sleeping right now. But maybe he'll chill with me again during another live stream as well. But yeah, guys. So that's it for this stream. Tonight, though, I will be back up here live later on tonight for my top 10 specials week, which I want to talk about my top 10 wrestlers who I feel should leave the WWE. And it's not me saying who's the WWE should release. It's who are the ones I feel should leave WWE because I know they would be treated much better elsewhere. That's what I'm going to stick with for that stream later on tonight. But of course, that page for odds and ends to come to this channel as well whatsoever. So guys, once again, leave your predictions down in the comment section. Also for your predictions for NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool 2019. Are you excited for a show? Do you think this is kind of like a make it or break deal for NXT UK? So leave those down in the comment section below. And be sure to always click my like and subscribe or comment on my channel. And you may follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirborne3. And guys, I'll catch you all later for my top 10 specials week. And also, guys, again, that year in review video on Dan's channel will be coming. And we were supposed to do it last night, but I don't know what happened, but something came up for Dan at the last minute, so we're postponing that till tomorrow night. So hopefully it will happen soon. Because again, it's one of my favorite streams of the year, but it will happen soon. Hopefully tomorrow night. So guys, thank you again for joining me for this live preview and predictions for NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, and I will see you guys all later. So tell you guys, have a great rest of your day, and peace out, everybody. All clear.